This is Dave Dally with Keizer TV. We are bringing you a January 2021 update for our beloved Keizer Homegrown Theater. We have with our fearless leader, Linda Baker. And Linda, some exciting things during a pandemic. Talk about pivoting, and we need you now more than ever because we need some levity and some art, what makes us laugh and cry now more than ever. So thank you to all that makes up a Keizer Homegrown Theater and their benefactors. There's so many. Web is woven really wide in Keizer that love and support this great organization, and share with us the plans for 2021.
Okay, because we actually have plans. They're fluid. We have a thing at the top that says just in case. That's our audition, our performance schedule. But first of all, I really want to say, you said, sponsors and supporters and all of that, and for Keizer Homegrown Theater, we have been so lucky that we've been able to continue doing the work we planned to do to improve our theater space while we were down, and still look forward to the opportunity to perform next year. Some people have really struggled, but in reality, we have just had a cushion of, you could call it care, a cushion of support from our community that's allowed us to just keep moving forward and get better. So when we come back, we'll be amazing. So that's what's happening. So when we come back, last fall, we did a couple of trial runs at doing doing streaming performances. We did Zoom performances. We are upping our game now. We're doing a play that will be produced or launched or presented on online in March, but it'll be filmed in the end of February. It's called Dating: Adults Embracing Failure. And it's a series. It's kind of like I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. It's a series of vignettes that are all sort of rolled together to explore the whole dating thing. And we've picked 4, and we're still looking for a 5th couple to add another piece to it. But we picked 4 couples, married couples, living at home together, so they can rehearse unmasked and they can perform unmasked. And they each have sections of this. And we are rehearsing it now in our theater, which holds 80 people. And there are the 2 performers and me, and I'm masked and sitting up in the back row.
Nice.
And we have 2 giant HEPA filters going during rehearsal. And so we're working on those scenes now. So I'm seeing each one of them individually over the course of the week. And then when we get to the end of February, we have the people who've been videographers for us, Paul Ceasing and Laurel Grove, who are coming down from Washington, actually. And they'll be staying in our space downstairs, and we'll be eating in the kitchen and they'll be eating in the dining room. So we're staying very safe. Right. But they're going to come in and film it, each section, then take it back to Washington and edit it together into what we're calling cinematic theater.
Nice. Which
is actually a term I have was coined by, I think, and I stole from Lauren Gunderson, they're doing a piece that she just wrote. So it's going to be really fun, and it's really nice to be able to say to people, I have rehearsal tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, it's lots of fun. It's been I've met with 3 of the couples so far, and basically we meet Tuesday, Thursday, and a Saturday to accommodate everybody's schedule. And so it'll go up in March.
Wow, we might have to get a big marquee that says Hollywood on top of the old schoolhouse, because we've moved from theater, now we're a production studio like Hollywood. Pretty exciting.
Practically. So that has been really fun. I mean, I think it's going to be really nice. So that's the first kickoff of that season. In April,
quickly on that, those are going to be posted on your website and Facebook. Where can our audiences look to watch those vignettes?
They can go to our Facebook page. They can go to our website, keizerhomegrowntheater.org, and they can click in, and what happens is they'll be sent a link and it'll probably be on our YouTube link. We haven't figured out exactly where that piece is going to be, because
Okay.
Jeff Minden, who runs our website, is the guy who does that. I'm the old woman with a computer. I know nothing.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to offer it to the community with donations if they choose to donate.
Okay, and if we should have someone that wants to sponsor it, can they have an end credit or this vignette brought to you by?
Oh, we will splash them everywhere. There will be no such thing as an end credit.
Okay.
Yes, we'd be very grateful. We had Business Coffee sponsor the last Zoom production that we did, and that was very nice. It pretty much allowed us to do everything we needed to do, and then whatever contributions came in were just, paid the rent.
Nice. And that last Zoom production, is that somewhere where our audiences can go and watch until these vignettes are published?
Now you're asking, once again, old woman with computer. You could check, they could send just check in on our Facebook page or our website and ask that question, and Jeff would get back to them.
Gotcha. Because it's kind of like we're mirroring how audience watch content of today, where there'll be a group that will watch it the minute it's up. Friends and family of the actors will be right there at the first episodes, but sometimes folks may want to watch 2 or 3 together if they're not all released together. And so having a place where they can watch it on their time in a week if they miss the actual launch day, is that the goal, to kind of mirror how audiences watch their content?
Right. They'll be able, this will be open. We'll run it for, I think it's running for specific performance dates. Again, we're still working on all of this because this is brand new to all of us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we can put it on demand. It's actually a scripted show, and we're paying royalties for it.
Oh, wow.
So, So I think the way we're running it is there will be 6 performances offered.
Oh, cool.
And so we'll pay for 6 days of performance.
Oh, so it may be just pay-per-view, and then that's what you paid to have access for it. So I think it's exciting that our theater is pivoting during a pandemic, during a reshuffle of media, from top to bottom. And so here's our chapter version of that. But I think the best places to check back, you said, are your Facebook and website when the schedule of those come out.
Right.
So exciting. And anything more on that topic before we move to another topic that I saw on your Facebook page?
You mean on adults, on that particular piece?
Yeah, on that segment.
Nothing, except we have 4 brilliant couples, and people from Corvallis, from the theater there, Majestic Theater, have come in, and some people who've been in our shows, back and forth. But it's really a pleasure to be working again. And even though they're just doing little pieces, one of my actors said last night, we don't mind coming in for an hour rehearsal, because not very many people are getting to do this right now.
Yeah, it is. We savor the old ways that we could just take for granted before, didn't we?
It is so much fun. And since it's a short rehearsal time for each one of us, we really are getting to actually work on things and use skills and techniques that you don't always get to just deep dive into. So this is going to be fun.
It is. We're looking forward to it. And the other topic I want to talk to you about today on your Facebook page were classes, and share with our audiences how that can happen. And just as we had a casting call, I'm sure, for these vignettes, that followed the Keizer Homegrown Theater's call for submissions, and there's a vetting process, and there will probably be upcoming performances in 2021. But I want to connect our community to, if you want to become an actor or to be on the radar of when your next casting call is, let's talk to that audience.
Well, that piece goes up. We send out our casting calls to the company that's already technically the 2021 company. One of the things we've done with our season this year is sort of massaged what we were thinking we'd be able to put up last year. And it's been reslotted and redesigned. So a couple of our shows will be done outside until we can get inside. So
nice.
those people are given that information directly.
Gotcha.
And then it goes up on our volunteer page. It gets posted on Pinnacle actually shared our call for the stage management class.
Yeah.
Because Salem Theater Network is Salem Theater Network, and we're all in it together.
Oh, great.
And then it goes on our regular Facebook page and also on our website.
Mm.
And if someone wants to be put on that list to say, hey, tell me directly what's going on, just have to email us and we'll put them on an audition or an information email list.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And if you're new to acting, how are these classes coming together?
Well, this is interesting. We're not really doing an acting classes right now because that's almost has to be in person.
Mm.
We're starting to aim first at some technical sides. Two things. One, helping some people figure out how to do things they might want to do, but also help build the other side of our bench, to get some people who really understand how things are done. So the first one we're running at is a stage management class.
Oh, cool.
Because stage managers are literally the linchpin of all shows. They are the first in, the last out, and they know everything. So we have Kai Henning, who was a McNair graduate and then went to Western Oregon and studied and did technical theater, and then came out and did some internships at Bag and Baggage in stage management, and has stage managed in a number of theaters in the area. Is going to basically lay out the mysteries of what a really good stage manager does.
And so someone watching this interview wanting to get involved in that side of the arts and may not want to be on the stage or being able to remember an hour-long program and all the dialogue. I don't know how some of those folks keep all those words in their head and have to deliver them in a way. It's amazing. But some folks are excited and are very good, whether it's construction, painting, looking on one side of the stage, a bunch of raw materials, and then to the right when it's done, a beautiful canvas of a visual that helps tell the story. And so what are some skill sets that you would recommend that someone should come to that stage manager course have?
Organization. Basically stage managers need to know how to manage people because they're walking right into the middle of a theater production, lots of egos, lots of talent, lots of energy, but it all needs to be kept heading in the right direction. Being able to schedule rehearsals. I mean, again, all the information that makes a play go is managed by a stage manager. So they should have a certain understanding of what the pieces are, that, the requirements of lighting and costuming, and that all of those things are going to need to go or to be brought together. Everything sort of funnels through the stage manager to the director. Yeah. So the stage manager is the one who sets the auditions and then helps the director schedule the rehearsals, and then manages those rehearsals so that they start on time and end on time, and that we have everything that we need. And then once the show is up and running, then the stage manager is the person who makes sure, again, it starts on time, its rehearsals go correctly, everybody has everything they need. If there's an emergency backstage, or if something happens to a costume that night, the stage manager has to find somebody to get that costume fixed before the next performance. And in many theaters, the director isn't there after the first week. Wow. It's a stage manager's baby. Wow. So it's a great way to learn how to direct. It's a great way to, if you have a good stage manager, your life is just golden. It is just, and in reality, in real life, it's one of those places where if you're a really good stage manager, you actually can get a job doing theater. Wow. That's impressive. So that's the way. But if people are interested in helping with set construction or painting or costuming, if they, again, just send us an email, we will put them on that list. And Bob Bush is our volunteer coordinator, and he will start to get in touch with people. but also it will give us a chance to structure what the next classes are going to be.
Yeah.
And the next one that we're thinking about is doing a basic directing workshop that we can do online at first, and then maybe get 6 or so people into the theater.
Yeah.
So keep it small, but do basic blocking.
Mm.
Because nobody ever teaches you how to block or to move people across the stage. You might learn the fine of 2 people scenes, but nobody teaches you how to put 40 people on the stage and be able to see all of them.
Wow.
And how to move people from point A to point B and get the job done, and how to do focus and all of those things that, it's weird, we all talk about exploring the text and the theme and the through line, but the just basic mechanics of moving people across the stage and telling a story with pictures is not always stressed in most directing classes.
Wow.
So that's the next one up.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. And then hopefully we can tie our stage managers and our new directors together. If we could get back into the theater with just a small group of people and have the directors block and the stage managers, because this is another stage manager job, transcribe that blocking so that the next time you come back to the scene, we actually know what was supposed to happen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's way more technical than people actually realize.
A lot of thoughts going into, we just show up in the theater and enjoy the performance, but wow, there's every detail has been pre-thought out. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's when you actually break it down to all the steps and things. Well, look at a movie. You've got how many people in the cast, and then how many minutes do the production teams, how long does it take those production teams to scroll through?
Yeah, what the movie takes, 2 to 3 months, and it ends only 2 hours. There's lots of days where you work for probably just 30 seconds of that 2-hour period.
Right.
Thing.
So it's a complicated, it's a multi-layered process, theater is, but it's lots of fun to do.
Well, I think those will be fun exit interviews. I'd love to come back with Keizer TV and interview some of those who had gone through the stage manager training and said, what did you think this was going to be? And what skill sets did you find you had when you were done that you can maybe apply in your life? Because that's could be really beneficial to manage people and logistics and keep a timeline and a budget if there's funds for sets and painting and costumes. Your head is really full of a lot of details. So I think that would be a neat interview.
If you can stage manage, you can do anything.
Wow.
I mean, really. Actually, I had some person say once, after you've stage managed a show, planning a wedding is nothing.
Yeah. Well, and let's end our interview here today. I've interviewed you many times, but I don't know if I've asked you, who was it in your life that lit this interest in arts and acting and performing?
That's really odd. I don't think it was anybody. Okay, I was the kid who staged plays in my backyard.
Oh, wow.
I mean, when I was like 10 or so, we were doing performances in our backyard during the summertime. When I was 13, I got all the kids together. We did a movie in the backyard. I have no idea what I was thinking. So, it just was. I mean, I had a class when I was 12, I think, at a community theater, or I think I played a grasshopper, don't ask. But it just always was.
And
I don't know.
Was it watching a TV show or a Broadway show when you were younger that doesn't come to mind?
My mom did take us. We went to a lot of community theater.
Oh, so your family would take you?
Yes, that probably is the beginning of that.
Yeah.
Because yes, I remember sitting next to my baby brother, who was probably 4, 5, 6, sleeping through a version of The King and I at the Long Beach Civic Light Opera. So yes, we saw a lot of theater.
And what state and city was that in?
California.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
right?
All right. Well, I think that's a wonderful way to wrap this up. As your performances are coming forward, that reaching out to the youth of Keizer, because we may instill a drive in a future Linda Baker. Watching our Keizer Homegrown Theater, and it just touches so many lives. It's such a healthy way for us to get through these really unpredictable times. Alcohol sales are hitting high record levels, and we need healthy ways to bring a little levity to life and a little bit of laughter, and to kind of unzip the world for an hour or two and get lost in a performance and a storyline. And we are looking forward to having you out in front on our mobile devices, and how we communicate on TV sets, and inspiring and entertaining us this year.
Well, we're working on it, and as soon as we can get offline, as soon as the weather's warm, we've got plans to move out onto our patio and perform, and somehow, somewhere, there will be theater in Keizer this year.
Yeah, we're excited about that. So thank you for talking with us today. I'm going to put the URL on screen on how to reach you. Should we have a sponsor that wants to support, someone that wants to get involved? She's given us those directives of how to do that. And so thank you so much. I can't tell you enough to all of the support team that make up the theater. You'd be here a while reading the list of all that make it happen.
Yes, we would be.
But please share with them. We so appreciate it.
Thank you for giving
Alrighty,
the opportunity.
We'll be in touch. Take care. And I'm Dave Becker with Keizer TV. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.